Alright, it's your boy Benvolio. This is a really frustrating game because, it just got down to the wire and I outnumbered him at the end, but he still used his dirty vampire magic to pull away a win, so I'm pretty butthurt at this player, Steelgrim. However, it was a pretty exciting game. As you can see, I was rocking the Woodelves. I got the Glady right here atop the Forest Dragon with those lovely mossy antlers against Steelgrim playing the Vampire counts, and this was just like, such a frustrating game because it was so close and I did so many things well, but alas, I think I made some poor choices at the beginning in terms of who I cast my Prey of Anathrema on. So let's take a quick look at my army. So I've got the Glade Lord, but she's a lady with a player of Anathrema, Arrow of the Chronos, Forest Spirit, causes terror, scaly skin, poison attacks. That big nasty dragon. Yeah, it's pretty cool, pretty awesome. Which was unfortunately, well, we'll see. Anyway, Wild Riders with shields, my favorite cavalry. It's Prancy Elk cavalry. They did pretty good. They did pretty good in this game, but yeah, again, whatever. I got two groups of those as usual, kind of in the back, so I can look out and see where I want to deploy them. Over in the woods, I've got a group of War Dancers with the swords hiding in the woods, ready to kind of defend the flank over here. Main line, Eternal Guard, a few chevrons in each. Yeah, 2 chevrons in 2, 3 chevrons in 1, just holding down the main line. This gap between the woods, behind them, I've got 3 groups of Glade Guard, 2 with Starfire Shafts, and 1 with the Hagbane Tips, casting that poison against the Undead. Whatever difference that makes. War Dancers with Azrai Spears in the back, you know, kind of in case he brings any cavalry, any large monsters, gonna bring those up with their anti-large bonus and their Force Stalker. Let's take a look at those beautiful hippie chicks. Yeah, hippie chicks! With your awesome spears and stuff. And hidden in the woods, a group of Way Watchers with those, those arrows of destruction, the armor-piercing missiles, good range, and all that good stuff. Ready to unleash from the trees, and just defending them, I've got another group of War Dancers with the swords in case anything just has to close in on melee with them. I've got some swords there to kind of help fend them off, and that basically is my Wood Elf army. I'm already moving things around a bit. Let's take a look at Steelgrim's totally cheesy, totally cheap vampire army. Freaking cheese. God. The Devils of Schwarzhaven. So these are the flying monstrous infiltrate Vargeists. So they're like basically flying crazy bats. I don't know. They're just not fun. They're really good flying monsters. Kind of bring them down. Able to get around the battlefield, charge, and cause mayhem wherever they decide to land. Yeah. So not too fun to deal with. It's got one group of them. Regiment around. Let's take a look. Sorry, let's take a look at their stats real quick. They were damage dealers, Vanguard deployment, causes terror, and with frenzy. Okay, so it's a pretty nasty stat line. I didn't even know there was a regiment around for Vargeist. He's got a master necromancer with all those cheap, cheesy, totally cheap, not fair spells. Sneaky spellcaster with too many spells. It's of cheesiness. Like, he casts a whole bunch. I'm not familiar with the vampire count, so I don't know all the spells he casts, but cheesy freaking spells. Cairn rates, armor piercing, ethereal, and they cause terror. Okay, so they are nasty. So ethereals, they're kind of hard to deal with unless you have magical attacks. The Glade Guard do have magical attacks though, so they managed. They didn't get through this unscathed because Glade Guard, luckily, with Starfire Shafts, I believe, have magical attacks. He's got Crypt Ghouls. Okay, damage dealer, poison attacks, and they're weak against armor, so they're nasty. Yeah, this don't do meth, kids. Don't do drugs, okay? That's what you look like one of these days. Alright, we got zombies, chaff, just meat shield for these Graveguard with great weapons, armored, armor-piercing, anti-infantry. Made those a priority to deal with. Maybe there's the wrong priority. Zombies and more Graveguard. And being backed up by Corpse Cart, Unholy Lodestone. So it's like giving an area of effect regeneration on the undead. So I've learned from playing against Vampire Coats in campaign as Bretonnia, it's important to deal with these. Not let them give that nice sweet regeneration buff to his troops. So they were a priority target, but I'm thinking the whole time that bloody cheesy necromancer should have been the priority target. Got some skeleton spearmen, shielded anti-large. Just more chaff though, just to fill out his line. The thing about the vampire counts, they've got like no ranged units. It's not their thing. Like, I don't think the necromancers can sufficiently program dead people to use archers. The Tomb Kings can, but apparently not the vampire counts. It's Graveguard, armored and shielded anti-infantry, just the regular weapon variant. So just nasty elite tier undead infantry, and the skeleton warriors all moving in sync, animated by the same will, I suppose. So they all kind of move in that funky, jivey way, jiving along. A do do do, taking a stroll, and more Graveguard and another corpse cart. So double the corpse carts, double the Graveguard, lots of zombies, lots of skeletons. That's basically what he's got. And he's got here a nasty, this is Terrorgeist. It's like a big, ugly bat thing. Armored, armor-piercing, anti-large, and causes terror. So, yeah, nasty. It's even got a breath spell, a death streak, so it spits purple mist at its enemies. Works like a dragon's breath spell. Nasty stuff. And slinking through the woods, he's got another group of meth addicts. Over here, fiendin', jonesing for their fix. Jonesing for their fix. The hippies got you fixed, boys. So they're going to charge. So anyway, that's his army. That's my army. Let's relive the pain. Right? Let's relive the pain. So it's starting pretty good, predictably. Like, I got lots of time to think, because he doesn't have much range unit. So I figured Woodelves with their strong range units would be a good counter to vampires. So I'm making my line wide to just embrace his oncoming charge. With the Eternal Guard backed up by the archers. Sneaky, sneaky, hiding in the woods with the war dancers. Moving the wild riders around, but he's got that group of Devils of Schwarzhaven. I don't want to get stuck in with them, because I think they're going to do, even though there's two groups, I don't want to get stuck in. You want to charge and pull out and charge and pull out with the wild riders as much as possible. And there's probably a couple of times where I could have done that better, but I'm just going to go for a nice cheap charge into the zombies. And the Graveyard. And I'm going to try and get out before you can get those nasty bat things in. And they might catch a couple of my poor little elkies out, but that's the danger. That's part of the risk involved in the job. Poor dear. You noble creatures and bloody cheesy master, cheese master. I hate you so much. Hate you. Alright, terror guys. The rest of this army, though, rather unfazed. There's just kind of a seeing that it's being affected by regeneration, damage sustained. Oh, it looks like they've he's used that bloody corpse cart to just regenerate everything. Twat. Cheesy vampire. Cheesy vampire crap. I hate you, vampires. God. Alright, so, okay, my Way Watchers managed to sink a couple arrows into the Terror guys. I brought them up, and then I also have I'm bringing over the group of War Dancers with Azrai Spears in case he decides to land that Terror Geist into the Way Watchers. Which, the Terror Geist on its own against the Way Watchers would be okay, but if I have those spears with their anti-large bonus coming and surrounding it, I could kind of delete it. So I decided to start firing at the Graveguard, and the Way Watchers do a great job at kind of melting the Graveguard, but they're going to get regenerated pretty well. If that thing gets kept in combat too long. So I think I pretty soon decide to change my target to that as the main line approaches. Or do I? Yeah. It's pretty good at melting them. But are they being affected? I don't know if that's actually working. I don't know. I don't know how the darn your cheesy crap works, Vampire. But I decided to switch targets to that. Over here on his right flank, my left flank. The devils of whatever the hell. Of whatever the heck. Excuse me, YouTube. Still floating in, waiting for a nice time to come in. I guess they're waiting until things get stuck in and then they can find a nice opportunity to dive into some units that are kind of helpless. Charging out with the War Dancers from the woods. Yeah! And they're going to melt those zombies. That's going to be an easy game for them. Other group of War Dancers with Azrai Spears is going to be able to charge into the Crypt Ghouls there. Way Watchers firing, I think, at the... I don't know what they're firing at. They should be firing at that cart, though. Okay. Yeah. Zombies getting melted. Although it's kind of a waste, honestly. I should have picked better targets. Use that Prey of Anathrema. Moving the dragon around. Don't want to get cornered by all those air units. That's the other problem. If I don't want to get caught out alone in the air by that Terrorgeist and those devils, they're gonna be able to beat up on my poor lady pretty well. So if they come at me, I've got to charge. I got to switch her to melee combat because she's an archer units and charge right down. But the War Dancer's holding up all right, looks like, yeah. That corpse cart now isolated. The Graveguard melted. So his infantry getting nicely melted by my archery fire and the War Dancers. Eternal Guard clashing with the Skeleton Spearmen. That's going to go their way. Like, Skeleton Spearmen are pretty low chaff. The Graveguard are going to do a little bit better, but they're taking fire as well. The Skeleton Warriors charging with the Eternal Guard. That's okay. Yeah, over here on the right flank, I've already kind of isolated his corpse cart with the Wild Riders and just going to bully that into oblivion, as is appropriate. Ward answers as Azrael Spears, chewing through his infantry. So this is like, it's like I just destroyed his infantry. It's those darn monsters that were such a pest. And I think I even got through the Vargeists, but like, I don't know. I think I cast a Prey of Anathrema on the lodestone, but I can't remember if how that happened. I did cast a breath spell somewhere, and this is the point. This is the problem now: is these bloody Cairn Wraiths start chasing off my archers. I take a breath attack from the Vargeist. That's not so good. All right. Oh yeah. The arrow's coming into the Vargeist. That's good, but I'm gonna want to land that dragon because yeah, that's what I do. Because now they have to land, and that kind of negates their advantage because they're going to be able to be surrounded by infantry. And I got these guys standing around, kind of focus somewhere else. Come on, War Dances, get in there. I don't know, yeah. But anyway, the Wild Riders charging around. They're free, and they're able to get some good rear charges. They got a nice rear charge in that group of Grave Guard there that might have saved the Eternal Guard. But what I really need to do is stop these bloody Cairn Wraiths from chasing everything off. This is the problem now, is he's chasing off all my archers, using those Cairn Wraiths very effectively, because they're not gonna, the archers aren't gonna deal with them very well, and the Crypt Ghouls. So he's using those very effectively to chase off my archery units, which is not ideal. In the woods, I got the War Dancer's SRI Spear, summon zombies. Like, there's just too many. How many summons did he have? It's so cheesy. He's got like so many bloody summons. It's like, and right now, what would have been a really good idea is using these Way Watchers to kind of end that bloody terror, guys, because now my Glade Lord's getting chased out, and now the Necromancer's just going to chase the Glady away. And I'm too busy with my hands full with other things to help her that much, you know? So it's like, oh man, come on. So now he just chases my Glady away. It's BS, man. Okay, the Glade Guard getting some shots into these Vargeist, so I've brought down, might be able to bring down one or two of them. If I can get, of course, shots in. But, of course, so now bringing the Wild Riders to save the archers who are being chased down by the Cairn Wraiths. Because if the Glade Guard can turn around and get some shots in, they can probably melt these guys fairly effectively. So here comes the Wild Riders just to try and hold these Cairn Wraiths in place. Punt! Floaty, floaty. And now the Glade Guard, if they can just get a few shots in. I think they have magical attacks. Yeah, but these guys are already wavering, so that's good. But the Terrorgeist is going to be a problem for them to deal with. This group's rallied out here. The Way Watchers getting murked by the Devils of Svartsaven, but they're losing slightly because they're at such low health. And now with the War Dancers coming in to back them up. And see, I've got all these spare troops. It's not right. It's just like, it's not right. And then this cheesy, I'm not going to say it. Cheesy. But I could have used, it's my fault though, I could have used my Wild Riders, but my Wild Riders get stuck up in the woods on something dumb. Oh no, I should have had my Wild Riders chasing that Necromancer. I could have used the Wild Riders to keep that Necromancer off my Glady, let her rally back in, but unfortunately, I was using them to clean up something else. It was not an acceptable loss though. I should have let my Glady rally back in. Might have been able to take something out of that. The damn Cairn Wraiths on the chase again after this formation's been disrupted by the Terrorgeist. Over here I got all these infantry, but they're kind of out of position, not sure what to do with, just finishing off the meth heads. So I got this nice clump of infantry. Now I'm finally getting the Wild Riders to try and stop that Necromancer from... and this was frustrating because they're just too slow. It's like I don't know how they move so quickly, but like they're just too... Maybe they're exhausted, that's why. Damage sustained. Very tired. Oh, bugger. Yeah. Debilitated. Oh, he's debilitated, too. How's he moving so fast? Yeah, so, unfortunately, not going to be able to save the Glady in time. He's going to chase her right off. So now, I'm chasing out, it's just this two isolated groups of infantry. Even the Vargeists have been finished off. The Way Watchers finished them off just with decent hand-to-hand combat skills. I got these two groups. The Terrorgeist is over here menacing this group of Glade Guard with Starfire Shafts, trying to rout them off. It's still at full health, so that's a big problem with all that health it's got. I didn't put enough damage into it. I should have Prey of Anathrema at some point and tried to chunk it down with the Way Watchers when I had the chance. That was the mistake, but I focused more on the Corpse Cards and the Grave Guard, so obviously that was the wrong choice. I should have been focusing this Master Cheeseomancer, this cheesy Cheesy, cheesy, cheesy cheese. How did I let that happen? No! No! Mike Lady! No! 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 Oh, not gonna make it. So annoying. Oh. And that's that. Now he's just gonna, like, use all his cheesy spells against everything I have left, even though I outnumber him, to, like, cheese his way to victory. Cheesy, 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 cheesy vampires. Cheesy son of a Steelgrim. Oh. But yeah, because, like, look. These guys ain't gonna stand a chance. I got so much that's ready to just deal with them. And zombies and Graveguard, that's how does he even have them left? I've got so much to just sweep them up, but he's got the Terrorgeist and he's got the Cheesemancer with all the cheesy spells. Like, how many spells does he have? It's not even how. How do you have all those damn spells, you cheesy, 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 cheesy devil? I'm saying cheesy too much, but it was just so frustrating because it felt like this should have been my, like, if I'd played it, if I'd made a couple different choices, it should have easily been my game. And, like, he only won because of cheesy magic. He didn't have tactics. He just had spells in his pocket. Like, you got spells. Yeah, you're a cheese master. Like, good for you. You can cast spells. Cheesy, cheesy. Like, you didn't have superior tactics. You just had spells. If you didn't have the spells, you would have lost. Like, so hard. Anyway, I got my Way Watchers, trying to get a couple of salvos into the Master Necromancer, chunk him down, just kind of can his leadership if I can, but I think they run out of ammunition, like, right about now, which sucks. So, like, I've got, I mean, he's casting some dirty spell, Curse of Years, dirty, dirty. Yeah, and he's just got all these, spells. BS, man, BS. Cheesy. Not even right, like, they should have been swept up. But I did hold these spears back to protect my archers in case the Terrorgeist decided to charge into the archers. But, yeah, he took advantage of that choice by charging against the poor War Dancers. Oh, no. I'm going to cycle the Wild Riders back in, but I don't know. This is painful to watch. It's just like, I had, like, it was looking my way, but, yeah, he took it eventually. This nasty little struggle here. With the, see, I almost full Eternal Guard here. But the Terrorgeist can just lift up, pull away. Trying to get a few shots into the Terrorgeist. There we go, I don't know. Just, And the Necromancer heals himself up. Like, he's got summons, he's got debuffs. Like, he's just got so much still. Like, it's such BS. So clearly, you gotta delete, you gotta assassinate these cheesy spell-casting little fecks as soon as you can, because they're just gonna cheese you in the end with all their spells. Like, that they should have no business having that much magic. Like, no business. Like, this is just BS, because he basically, I don't know. I'm griping. I'm sure it's been griped before, but I was just disappointed because I felt like I did everything right in this game, and I did make a couple bad choices, and I'm just gonna have to live with the fact that they have cheesy spell capacity. So next time, execute the Master Necromancer quite early on, because it's just kind of like, I don't know, I have so many. But he's just able to cast so many spells, right? These magical animus. Yeah, good for you. You got leadership again, you cheeky bugger. And just, I should have focused all my archer fire into the Terrorgeist, though. That would have been much better. Trying to snipe him out is not, he's too mobile. The Terrorgeist is stuck in place. I could have just piled the damage into it. Would have been a much better idea. Oh, no. Oh, that was, like, friendly fire, though. Yeah. Just not good. Come on, when is it going to end? Like, this is painful. It just took so long to end. Eventually, I just rout, even though I'm superior on the ground. Yeah. Ugh. Ugh! Cheesy vampires! Look, I deleted everything. Everything is gone for him. And I still have... I have 234 units. He has 45 left. But those spells and that Terrorgeist. Okay, so priorities. I have learned. Kill the Cheese Master and his Cheese Dragon. And then I'll be good. Okay, next time, Steelgrim, you bring that. I'm gonna wipe the floor with you. I'm gonna prioritize my targets, and you will not get away with that again. Cheesy. Like, just cheesy and then chasing my lord off as soon as he had the chance. Whatever. And your spells. Ooh, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you next time. Anyway, it's for the boys back home. Keep it real. Oh, wait. Nope. That's not the right button.